All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Think of me as your personal science coach today. We are going to completely cut through that deafening noise of fitness influencers and give you a mathematically sound, totally objective blueprint for fat loss and building a visible midsection. There are no gimmicks here, no extreme starvation diets, just the pure, unadulterated science of how your body actually works.
Listen, what if everything those fitness influencers are telling you about getting abs is just wrong? Seriously, think about it. The endless, fast paced circuits, the obsession with eating perfectly clean 100% of the time, and the crazy pursuit of shockingly low body fat percentages. What if I told you that most of that is actually working against you? It's time to challenge those ingrained fitness beliefs and really reset our expectations.
So here's our game plan, the coach's playbook. We're going to hit 6 key areas: the body fat sweet spot, myth busting your ab workouts, the actual fat loss math, food quality versus macros, tracking beyond the scale, and finally, sticking only to science-backed supplements. Starting right off with step 1, the body fat sweet spot, and why setting realistic expectations is absolutely crucial. First things first, we've got to shatter this illusion of extreme leanness. Chasing that crazy, completely unsustainable 6% body fat needs to stop. There's actually a sweet spot you want to aim for. For guys, this is between 10 and 20% body fat. For women, it's 18 to 28%. This is that golden zone where your abs actually become visible, but you don't have to suffer from the nasty side effects of extreme dieting. If you dip into those extreme zones, like below 8 to 10% for men or 18 to 20% for women, the science is clear. You are going to start experiencing terrible energy levels, extreme hunger, and even reduced libido. This sweet spot, it's by far the most sustainable goal for a visible six-pack. Moving on to step 2. Myth busting your ab workouts, where we finally start treating your abs like any other muscle. I mean, think about it. Why would anyone train their abs completely differently than their biceps or their shoulders? It doesn't make any sense, yet people do it constantly. The big influencer myth pushes these high-speed, quote-unquote, fat-burning ab circuits. Well, the truth is they're practically a waste of time. They just don't get the abdominal muscles anywhere near close enough to failure to stimulate meaningful hypertrophy. They are essentially just another form of cardio. You'll burn a few calories, sure, but you're not building muscle. The actual science relies on weighted progressive overload. If you want that six-pack to pop, you literally need to load the ab muscles with weight, exactly like you would for any other muscle group. So if you're a busy professional, here is the exact routine you need to implement this efficiently. It fits perfectly into a packed work schedule. You really only need 2 exercises: a weight-loaded crunch, like using a cable machine or holding a plate, and a leg raise, maybe using a Roman chair to lock in your lower back. Do these twice a week. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 20 reps, and here is the absolute key. Take that last set all the way to failure. Every single time you train, try to add a tiny bit of weight or squeeze out an extra rep. You can optionally throw in a few 30-minute low to moderate cardio sessions during the week so you can eat a bit more and keep the weight off long term, but the core of the routine is amazingly simple. All right, step 3, the fat loss math. It is time to take the emotion completely out of dieting. Here is the harsh reality. You can have the most optimal progressive ab training on the planet, but until you get lean enough, those abs simply will not be visible. Period. We need an objective equation to reveal that muscle you're building. Step 1, take your current body weight in pounds and multiply it by 10 to 12. That number is your daily calorie target. Step 2, take your goal body weight in pounds and multiply it by 0.8 to 1. That's your daily protein target in grams. Step 3, just make sure you're eating at least 50 grams of fat per day. Whatever calories you have left over after hitting those protein and fat minimums, those are your free calories. Carbs, fat, or protein, it's up to you. This simple math formula proves that setting up your diet for fat loss is a guaranteed equation as long as you stick to the numbers. Now, pacing is literally everything here. You want to target a sustainable weight loss rate of just 0.5 to 1% of your total body weight per week. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that translates to losing about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Rushing this process is a huge mistake. It causes you to lose muscle, tank your strength, and practically guarantees you'll rebound and gain all the weight back the second the diet ends. Which brings us to step 4, food quality versus macros, and why consistency completely beats quote-unquote clean eating. We really need to address this persistent myth that you have to eat perfectly clean 100% of the time to see any results. Get this, there is a documented real-life case study of a natural bodybuilder who got down to 6.2% body fat while eating Pop-Tarts regularly. And this was a DEXA-scanned case study, not just guesswork. I bring this up to highlight a fundamental truth. The specific types of foods you eat are far less important for pure fat loss than simply hitting your daily macro targets. Math is what dictates fat loss. Now, obviously, you should still prioritize minimally processed, nutritious whole foods most of the time for your overall health, but you do not need to be terrified of a treat as long as the math adds up. Step 5. Tracking beyond the scale. Let's look at why your overall weight isn't everything. When you need a massive sanity check against the emotional roller coaster of stepping on the scale every single day, relying solely on your body weight is a huge mistake. It can be incredibly misleading, especially if you are building muscle while simultaneously losing fat. Your scale might not move at all, which makes you think you're failing, right? Actually, scratch that. You might even gain a pound. Instead, change how you measure progress. Take monthly progress photos in the exact same lighting and take monthly waist measurements. Even when that scale stubbornly stalls out, your measurements and photos are going to prove that true fat loss is happening. They are simply far superior tracking methods. And finally, step 6, science-backed supplements only. Let's strip down that messy supplement cabinet. Let's just ditch all the gimmicks, the sketchy fat burners, and the magic pills. Reality check, according to the research, there are really only 3 supplements actually worth your money. First step, protein powder. Grab 30 to 50 grams after a workout. Not because of some mythical anabolic window, but simply because it makes hitting your daily protein targets so much easier. Second, creatine monohydrate at 5 grams a day. Decades of research back this up as one of the only legal supplements that genuinely offers a meaningful boost in strength and muscle mass. Though you should know about 25% of people are actually non-responders to it. And third, caffeine. Sure, it has a tiny thermogenic effect, but the real reason to take it pre-workout is for the focus and alertness you get during training. And that's it. That is the whole shebang, your entire necessary supplement cabinet. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to ditch all the fitness myths and finally just trust the math? We've totally stripped away the noise today. You now have the realistic body fat targets, an ultra-efficient 2-exercise workout protocol, the super simple nutritional math, and the right way to track your true progress without losing your mind. The pure science is laid out right there in front of you. The only thing left for you to do is apply this blueprint and kick off your very own sustainable fat loss journey today.